and we're already looking forward to next year. Before we begin the draw, let's have a few words with the ITF President, Mr. David Haggerty. And David, we're nearly at the end of the first week. What have your experiences as we head to the final today?
Well, I think there's been tremendous excitement for the last year from the qualifiers, everybody anticipating. If you remember, we made the changes to the Davis Cup finals because we wanted the top players to be playing. We wanted to make sure that the fans would be following all around the world and not just two nations when it comes to a finals. And that's all happened. The excitement that we've had this week in Madrid has been unbelievable. The fans have been tremendous. We have a great, strong foundation upon which to build. And of course, there's some tweaks that we can make and things that we can improve, and we will be doing that. We'll be evaluating the week and what's happened, and we really look forward to 2020 being back here in Madrid.
And of course, later today, the final between Canada and Spain.
Yeah, I mean, two great teams. I think we've all experienced the semifinals and the group stages and seen them come through. Both teams are well prepared, and not making any predictions, but I think it'll be a great match and look forward to it.
And the qualifiers next year, what do you think that round of ties will hold in store?
Well, we know from this year that the 12 teams that came through, the 24 teams that played, was very important. People said these matches are important because it's the road to Madrid, it's the road to the finals. So March 6th and 7th, we'll have 24 teams playing to be here in Madrid next year. And then in addition, in the World Group 1 and 2, we'll have playoffs where another 48 teams will be competing to get to the level to try to be here in Madrid in future years. So it's a very, very exciting week that we have, and I wish the qualifiers the best of luck.
As always, Dave, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, let's move on to the draw to decide the 12 qualifier ties that'll take place on the 6th and 7th of March next year. To conduct the draw, I would now like to welcome to the stage the head of officiating for the ITF, Mr. Søren Friemel. 12 seeded nations will be placed in order of their Davis Cup nations ranking, from the highest to the lowest. The number one seed is Croatia, followed by the number 2 seed, Belgium, then Argentina, USA, Australia, Italy, Germany, Kazakhstan, Czech Republic, Austria, Japan, and finally the number 12 seed, Sweden. The 12 unseeded nations in alphabetical order are Belarus, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Hungary, Republic of Korea, the Netherlands, Slovakia, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, and finally the winner of next week's Asia-Oceania Group 1 tie between Pakistan and India. Søren, I think we'll hand it over to you to do the draw.
Thank you very much, Mark. And to start the draw, we will place the seeded nation from 1 to 12 from top to bottom, starting with the number 1 seed, Croatia. The number 2 seed, Belgium. Number 3, Argentina. Number 4, USA. Number 5th seed, Australia. Followed by Italy. The number 7 seed, Germany. Number 8 seed, Kazakhstan. Czech Republic as a number 9. Austria as a 10th seed. 11th seed, Japan. The number 12 seed, Sweden. And to draw the unseeded nations, we're going to place the balls into the Davis Cup trophy and draw from top to bottom. Starting with the opponent of the number 1 seed, Croatia. the winner of Pakistan, India. As this tie will be played next week, we're going to still do the choice of ground in any case. And to do the choice of ground, we draw between the seeded and the unseeded nation. Croatia, in case this tie needs to be chosen by choice of ground, the choice of ground goes to Croatia.
Croatia, the 2018 champions, they finished third in Group B at the finals this year. And Pakistan, India will play their tie next week in Nur Sultan, Kazakhstan.
Playing against the number 2 seed Belgium. Hungary.
Choice of ground, Hungary.
Choice of ground to Hungary. Hungary hosting the tie against Belgium.
Hungary won a 3-2 narrow victory over the Ukraine in September to advance to the qualifiers against Belgium, who missed out on the quarterfinals, finishing second to Australia in Group D this year.
Now, the draw for the opponent for Argentina. Colombia.
Choice of ground, Colombia.
Choice of ground to Colombia. Colombia hosting the tie against Argentina.
Colombia put up a strong fight at the finals this year after defeats to Argentina and Germany. And Argentina, of course, lost a dramatic deciding doubles to Spain in the quarterfinals on Friday night.
Playing against the USA. Uzbekistan.
Choice of ground, USA.
USA hosting the tie against Uzbekistan.
USA finished second to Canada in Group F at the finals, but recorded a good win over Italy. And Uzbekistan defeated Lebanon 3-2 in September's Group 1 ties to reach the qualifiers.
Now we draw the opponent of Australia. Brazil.
Choice of ground, Australia.
Australia will be hosting the tie against Brazil.
Australia lost to Canada in the quarterfinals, having topped Group D at this year's tournament, and Brazil recorded a comfortable 3-1 victory against Barbados in September to reach the qualifiers.
Drawing the opponent of Italy. Korea.
Choice of ground, Italy.
Italy will be hosting the tie against Korea.
Italy finished third in their Group F at the finals this week after narrow defeats to Canada and the USA. And the Republic of Korea overcame China 3-1 in September and will be playing in the qualifiers for the first time.
We're drawing the opponent for Germany. Belarus.
Choice of ground, Belarus.
Choice of ground to Belarus, and due to decision of the Internal Education Panel, choice of ground has to be reversed. Choice of ground to Germany. Germany hosting this tie.
Okay, Germany defeated Argentina and Chile to reach the quarterfinals, but lost to Great Britain on Friday. And Belarus defeated Portugal 3-2 in September to advance to the qualifiers next year.
Drawing the opponent of Kazakhstan. The Netherlands.
Choice of ground, by lot.
Choice of ground by lot. We're going to draw between the seeded and the unseeded nation. Seeded, Kazakhstan hosting the tie against the Netherlands.
Okay, Kazakhstan finished second in Group E at the finals this week after losing narrowly to Great Britain. And the Netherlands were on the wrong end of narrow defeat to Great Britain and Kazakhstan in the finals.
Playing against the Czech Republic. Slovakia.
Choice of ground by lot.
Choice of ground by lot. Again, we draw between the unseeded and the seeded nation. Unseeded, Slovakia hosting the tie against Czech Republic.
Not too far to travel, I guess. Slovakia through to the qualifiers after an impressive 3-1 victory over Switzerland against the Czech Republic, who defeated Bosnia-Herzegovina 3-2 in September to progress to the qualifiers.
Now we're going to draw the opponent of Austria. Uruguay.
Choice of ground, Austria.
Choice of ground to Austria. Austria hosting the tie against Uruguay.
Uruguay defeated the Dominican Republic 3-1 in September to reach the qualifiers for the very first time against Austria, who recorded a 3-2 win over Finland in their Group 1 tie early this year to reach the qualifiers.
We draw the opponent, the number 11 seed, Japan. Ecuador.
Choice of ground by lot.
Choice of ground by lot. Again, we draw between the seeded and the unseeded nation. Choice of ground to the seeded nation, Japan hosting the tie against Ecuador.
The host, Japan, came close to upsetting France on Tuesday, but finished third in their Group A against Ecuador through to the qualifiers after a convincing 4-0 win against Venezuela in September time.
And finally against the number 12 seed, Sweden. Chile.
Choice of ground, Sweden.
Choice of ground to Sweden. Sweden hosting this tie against Chile.
Sweden, the number 12 seeds, defeated Israel 3-1 in September to progress through against Chile, who finished third in Group C at the finals this week after defeats to Argentina and Germany. So it looks like some exciting matchups to be played in March of next year. Thanks to Soren and to David. And of course, before we get to next year, there is the 2019 final this afternoon. Canada reaching the final for the very first time, led by the brilliant left-handed Denis Shapovalov, and Spain with the great champion Rafa Nadal in charge. Finally, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you join us for the 2020 Davis Cup by Rakuten Qualifiers. We'll see you in March.